Within each of us resides the power to transcend any limitation and create a life of unlimited possibilities. By embracing imagination as our guide, we become co-creators alongside the divine. This book is an invitation to explore the immense power of imagination as a transformative tool in our lives. Through the teachings of Neville Goddard, we will embark on a spiritual journey that shows us how our thoughts and beliefs are the architects of our reality. In each chapter, we will discover how the act of imagining is not a simple fantasy, but a divine spark that allows us to mold our destiny. Goddard teaches us to live in the end, embracing the feeling of our desires already fulfilled and thus aligning our lives with the reality we long for. This book is a call to awaken our inner potential and to manifest an existence full of infinite possibilities. Prologue. In the grand tapestry of existence, there lies a realm where the boundaries of reality blur and the infinite possibilities of the cosmos unfold. This realm is the domain of imagination, a sacred space where the seeds of our dreams take root and blossom into the reality we experience. Imagination is not merely a fleeting fantasy or an idle amusement. It is the divine spark within us, the creative force that shapes our world and brings our deepest desires to life. Neville Goddard, a visionary and master of the mind, understood the profound power of imagination. He taught that our thoughts and beliefs are the architects of our destiny, and that the inner visions we hold in our minds are the blueprints for the lives we manifest. Goddard emphasized the principle of living in the end, urging us to embody the feeling of our desires fulfilled, aligning ourselves with the power to transcend any limitation, to create a life of unlimited possibilities, and to manifest a reality that reflects the fullness of our divine potential. By embracing the journey of imagination with an open heart and an unyielding spirit, we unlock the door to infinite opportunities and step into the grand symphony of existence as co-creators alongside the divine. In this book, we embark on a journey of exploration and discovery, delving into the depths of imagination and its transformative power. We will unveil ancient wisdom and modern insights that illuminate the path of creative manifestation, revealing the practices and principles that enable us to harness the boundless potential that resides within us. Inspired by the teachings of Neville Goddard and the timeless truth that our imagination molds our reality, we invite you to step into the sacred dance of creation and embrace the infinite possibilities that await you. Introduction to Imagination. In the vast tapestry of existence lies a faculty often whispered about in the annals of ancient texts, yet rarely fully comprehended in its grandeur. This faculty, this profound and ethereal gift, is imagination. It is the beacon that illuminates the path from the mundane to the divine, the bridge between the seen and the unseen, the known and the unknown. Imagination, in its purest essence, is not merely the daydreams of a slumbering dreamer, nor the idle wanderings of a wayward mind. It is the very fabric of creation, the loom upon which the universe weaves its intricate patterns. It is through imagination that the soul glimpses the eternal, that the heart feels the pulse of the cosmos, and that the mind ascends to realms of possibility hitherto unexplored. To comprehend imagination is to embark on a journey into the deepest recesses of our own being. It is to venture into the inner sanctuary where the divine whispers its secrets and where the finite merges with the infinite. It is to awaken to the realization that within each of us lies a world far vaster, far more wondrous, than any that can be perceived by the senses. Historically, the sages and seers of old revered imagination as the gateway to the divine. William Blake, the visionary poet, spoke of imagination as the true and eternal world of which this vegetable universe is but a shadow. In these words, he captured the quintessence of a truth that transcends time and space, that the world of imagination is the true reality, and what we perceive with our physical senses is but a faint reflection of that greater realm. Albert Einstein, a luminary of modern science, echoed this sentiment when he declared that imagination is more important than knowledge, for knowledge is limited to what we already know, while imagination embraces the vast realms of what might yet be discovered. It is the wellspring of innovation, the source of all progress, and the catalyst for transformation. As we delve deeper into the nature of imagination, we must dispel the misunderstandings that have clouded its comprehension. Imagination is often relegated to the realm of the fanciful, the unreal, or the irrational. Yet, it is none of these things. It is the constructive principle of the mind, the creative force that shapes our reality. It is the power to visualize, to create, and to bring forth new worlds from the fertile ground of thought. The true nature of imagination is both profound and paradoxical. It is both the most intimate and the most expansive of human faculties. It is the silent architect of our dreams and the invisible hand that molds our destiny. Through imagination, we can transcend the limitations of our physical existence and touch the edge of the infinite. We can glimpse the divine, and in so doing, become co-creators alongside the universe itself. In this exploration of imagination, we will journey through the landscapes of the mind, traversing the high peaks of visionary thought and the deep valleys of introspection. We will awaken the hidden potentials that lie dormant within us, waiting to be stirred by the touch of creative vision. We will learn to wield the power of imagination with deliberate intention, transforming our lives and our world in subtle and profound ways. Imagination is not a passive faculty but an active force that requires cultivation and mastery. It is the artist's brush, the poet's pen, the inventor's blueprint. It is the power that enables us to see beyond the veil of the apparent and to perceive the underlying reality that shapes our existence. To master imagination is to master life itself, for it is through imagination that we give birth to our highest aspirations and deepest desires. In the chapters that follow, we will delve into the myriad ways in which imagination can be harnessed and directed. We will explore the techniques and practices that have been utilized by the greatest minds in history to access this inexhaustible wellspring of creativity. We will examine the role of imagination in shaping our reality and transforming our consciousness, and we will unveil the timeless truths that lie at the heart of this most mysterious and wondrous human faculty. As we embark on this journey, let us remember that imagination is not just a tool but a way of being. It is a state of consciousness, a mode of existence that transcends the ordinary and touches the extraordinary. It is the path to enlightenment, the key to unlocking the mysteries of the universe, and the gateway to the divine. The art of visualization. In the vast theater of the mind, there exists an alchemical process so potent, so transformative, that it has been revered by mystics and sages throughout the ages. This process is known as the art of visualization. It is the delicate and profound practice of conjuring images in the mind's eye, imbuing them with life and substance, and thereby invoking the realities we seek to manifest. To master this art is to unveil the very secrets of creation, becoming the conscious architect of our destiny. Visualization is more than a mere mental exercise. It is a sacred rite, a communion with the divine forces that shape our existence. It is through visualization that the bridge is cast between the formless and the formed, between the potential and the actual. It is an act of creation that transcends the ordinary confines of thought, drawing from the wellspring of imagination and channeling its limitless energy into tangible reality. To embark on the path of visualization is to enter a realm where imagination reigns supreme, where the mind's eye beholds horizons of infinite possibility. It is to cultivate a vision so vivid, so compelling, that it imprints itself upon the very essence of the universe, bending reality to its will. This is no trivial undertaking, for it requires a depth of focus, a clarity of intention, and a mastery of the inner faculties that few possess. The first step in mastering the art of visualization is to cultivate a serene and receptive state of mind. The mind must be like a still pond, unruffled by the ripples of worldly concerns, ready to reflect the pure light of imagination. This state of tranquility is achieved through practices of meditation and mindfulness, which quiet the incessant chatter of the mind and create fertile ground for the seeds of visualization to take root. Once the mind is quiet, the next step is to invoke the image of that which you desire to manifest. This image must be vivid, detailed, and imbued with the full force of your desire. It is not enough to merely see the image. You must inhabit it, breathe life into it, and feel its reality as though it has already manifested. This is the essence of true visualization: to see with the inner eye, to feel with the inner heart, and to know with the inner mind. Consider, for example, the visualization of a garden. It is not enough to merely imagine the outlines of the trees and flowers. You must see the vibrant colors of the blossoms, feel the warmth of the sun upon your skin, smell the fragrant perfume of the roses, and hear the gentle rustle of the leaves in the breeze. You must immerse yourself fully in the experience, engaging all of your senses and allowing the image to come alive within your mind. The power of visualization lies in its ability to evoke the same physiological and emotional responses as the actual experience. When you visualize with clarity and conviction, your body and mind respond as though the visualized scenario were real. This creates a resonance, a vibrational alignment with the desired reality, which draws it into manifestation with an almost magnetic force. In this process, it is imperative to maintain an unshakable sense of belief and trust. Doubt is the enemy of visualization, for it disrupts the vibrational harmony and weakens the creative force. You must hold steadfastly to your vision, nurturing it with the same care and attention that a gardener bestows upon their plants. Just as a seed needs time to germinate and grow, so too does a visualized reality require time to come into being. Patience and perseverance are essential virtues on this path. Visualization is not only a solitary practice but a dynamic interaction between the inner and outer worlds. As you cultivate your vision within, so too must you take inspired action in the outer world, aligning your thoughts, words, and deeds with the desired reality. This harmonious integration of inner vision and outer action is the hallmark of a true master of visualization. Throughout history, the art of visualization has been employed by great minds and visionaries to achieve remarkable breakthroughs and accomplishments. Nikola Tesla, the brilliant inventor, spoke of visualizing his inventions in precise detail before building them. He would mentally construct and test his devices, refining them in his mind until they were perfect. This process of mental visualization allowed him to create groundbreaking technologies that changed the world. In the realm of literature, authors such as J.K. Rowling have attributed their success to the power of visualization. Rowling vividly envisioned the world of Harry Potter, its characters, settings, and intricate plotlines, long before putting pen to paper. Her ability to immerse herself in this imagined world allowed her to bring it to life with astonishing richness and depth, captivating the hearts and minds of millions. The art of visualization is not limited to the fields of invention and storytelling. It extends to all aspects of human endeavor. Athletes use visualization to enhance their performance, mentally rehearsing their moves and techniques to achieve peak physical condition. Business leaders employ visualization to plan and achieve their goals, envisioning successful outcomes and strategizing their actions accordingly. Artists, musicians, and actors all draw upon the power of visualization to create and express their innermost visions with authenticity and passion. To practice the art of visualization is to embrace the role of creator, to acknowledge and exercise the divine power that lies within us. It is to recognize that the universe is a canvas, and that our thoughts, feelings, and visions are the brushstrokes that shape our reality. By honing this art, you attune yourself to the subtle energies that govern creation, and you learn to direct these energies with precision and grace. In the moments of stillness, when the world fades away and you are left alone with your thoughts, remember that you hold within you the power to create. Close your eyes and imagine the life you desire. See it with clarity and conviction, and know that it is already taking form in the unseen realms. Trust the process, maintain your focus, and allow your vision to unfold in its own perfect time. For the art of visualization is not just a technique, but a way of being, a testament to the limitless potential of the human spirit, a celebration of the creative force that resides at the heart of all existence. By mastering this art, you become a beacon of light in the world, illuminating the path of possibility for yourself and for others. You become a living testament to the power of imagination, a creator of dreams, and a harbinger of a brighter, more wondrous reality. The law of assumption. In the vast theater of human experience, there exists a profound and powerful principle that shapes the very fabric of our reality. This principle, known as the law of assumption, is the silent architect of our destinies, the invisible hand that molds the clay of our existence. To understand and harness this law is to wield a power of unimaginable depth and breadth, a power that lies at the heart of all creation. The law of assumption states, simply put, that which we assume to be true, whether about ourselves, others, or the world around us, will inevitably become fact. It is the principle by which our deepest beliefs and convictions are externalized, bringing themselves into the realm of tangible experience. This law is not whimsical or haphazard. It operates with the unwavering precision and consistency of a natural law, governing the interplay between our inner world and outer reality. To fully grasp the significance of the law of assumption, we must first recognize that our assumptions are the foundation upon which our lives are built. They are the silent, often unconscious beliefs that dictate our thoughts, emotions, and actions. These assumptions are the lens through which we perceive the world, the filter that colors every one of our experiences. They are the seeds from which the garden of our reality springs forth, each bearing fruit according to its kind. Consider for a moment the power of assumption in the life of a great artist. Imagine a person who, from a young age, assumes themselves to be a master painter. This deeply ingrained, unshakable assumption shapes their thoughts, their actions, and their approach to their craft. It impels them to practice diligently, to study the works of masters, and to persevere in the face of obstacles. In time, this assumption hardens into fact. The artist becomes what they always assumed themselves to be, a master painter whose works are revered and admired. Conversely, consider the impact of limiting assumptions. If one assumes themselves to be unworthy of love or incapable of success, these assumptions will likewise manifest in their reality. The world, in its infinite complexity, arranges itself around our assumptions, mirroring back to us the very beliefs we hold within. This is the fundamental mechanism by which our inner state of being is externalized. To harness the power of the law of assumption, we must first become aware of our current assumptions. This requires deep and relentless introspection, a willingness to examine the beliefs that underlie our thoughts and actions. It is a journey into the depths of our own psyche, a quest to uncover the assumptions that have shaped our lives, often without our conscious awareness. Once we have brought these assumptions to light, we can begin the process of transformation. We must consciously and deliberately adopt new assumptions, those that align with our highest aspirations and deepest desires. This is not a superficial exercise, but a profound and sustained effort to reshape our inner landscape. It requires a steadfast commitment, a daily practice of affirming and reinforcing our chosen assumptions until they become the new foundation of our reality. The process of adopting new assumptions is akin to planting a seed. At first, the seed is small and fragile, requiring care and attention to take root. We must water it with our attention, nurture it with our belief, and protect it from the weeds of doubt and negativity. In time, this seed grows, its roots sinking deep into the soil of our consciousness, until it becomes a mighty tree, bearing the fruits of our chosen reality. In this practice, imagination plays a crucial role. Imagination is the soil in which the seeds of our assumptions are planted, the medium through which they take form and substance. When we vividly imagine ourselves as already being or having that which we desire, we create a powerful resonance, a vibrational alignment with our reality. This alignment draws our assumptions into manifestation, bringing forth the experiences and circumstances that reflect our inner state. It is important to note that the law of assumption operates independently of external conditions. It is not dependent on the evidence of the senses or the approval of others. It is a purely internal process, governed by the convictions we hold within. When we assume something to be true, we align ourselves with that reality, and the world rearranges itself accordingly. This is the essence of creative power, the ability to mold our destiny through the force of our inner beliefs. The great mystics and spiritual teachers throughout history have long understood the power of assumption. They have taught, in various forms and languages, that we are the creators of our own reality, that our beliefs and assumptions shape the world around us. This wisdom, though ancient, is as relevant today as it has ever been. It is a testament to the enduring truth that we are not passive observers in the theater of life, but active participants, endowed with the power to shape our destiny. To fully embrace the law of assumption is to take responsibility for our own lives. It is to know that we are the authors of our own story, the architects of our own reality. It is to understand that the power to change our circumstances resides not in the outer world, but within our own minds and hearts. This is a liberating and empowering realization, for it places the keys to our destiny firmly in our hands. As we cultivate the art of assumption, so too must we cultivate a sense of patience and trust. The process of transformation is not always immediate. It requires time and persistence. We must trust in the unfolding of our chosen reality, knowing that as long as we remain steadfast in our assumptions, the world will align itself accordingly. This trust is the foundation of faith, the inner knowing that what we assume to be true will, in time, become our lived experience. In the quiet moments of reflection, when the world fades away and we are left alone with our thoughts, let us remember the power of the law of assumption. Let us choose our assumptions wisely, with the knowledge that they are the seeds from which our reality will grow. Let us cultivate our inner garden with care and intention, knowing that the fruits we bear are a reflection of the beliefs we hold within. Faith and imagination. In the vast expanse of human experience, there exist two celestial pillars that uphold the very fabric of our reality: faith and imagination. These two forces, when harmoniously aligned, possess the extraordinary power to transform the mundane into the miraculous, the ephemeral into the eternal. To comprehend their delicate dance is to grasp the very essence of creation and to unlock the boundless potential that lies dormant within each of us. Faith, in its truest and deepest sense, is the unwavering belief in the unseen, the conviction that transcends the limitations of the physical senses. It is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not yet manifested. Faith is the soul's deep trust in the infinite possibilities that lie beyond the horizon of the known. It is the anchor that holds us steady amidst the storms of doubt and uncertainty, guiding us towards the realization of our highest aspirations. Imagination, as we have explored, is the divine faculty that shapes our inner visions and breathes life into our dreams. It is the creative force that molds the raw clay of thought into the exquisite forms of reality. Imagination is the artist's palette, the poet's muse, the inventor's blueprint. It is the bridge between the realm of ideas and the world of tangible experience, the alchemical crucible where our deepest desires are transmuted into reality. When faith and imagination unite in harmonious accord, they become the dynamic engine of creation, the wellspring from which all miracles flow. Faith provides the foundation, the bedrock of belief upon which the edifice of imagination is built. Without faith, imagination is but a fleeting fantasy, a wisp of smoke that dissipates in the wind. Without imagination, faith is a stagnant pool, devoid of the vibrant currents of creativity and vision. Together, they form a powerful synergy, a harmonious dance that gives rise to the fullness of our creative potential. To cultivate this union, we must first understand the nature of faith. True faith is not a passive acceptance of dogma, nor a blind adherence to doctrine. It is an active, dynamic force, a living trust in the unseen realities that lie beyond the veil of the senses. Faith is the inner knowing that what we imagine in the sanctuary of our imagination is not only possible but inevitable. It is the unwavering confidence that our desires are already fulfilled, that the seeds we plant in the fertile soil of our mind will blossom into the fruits of our reality. Consider for a moment the journey of a great explorer who ventures into uncharted territories. They do not see the distant lands they seek, yet they move forward with the unshakable conviction that they exist. Their faith propels them, guiding their footsteps and sustaining their spirit through the unknown. Similarly, our journey through life requires a steadfast faith in the visions we hold within, a trust that the paths we traverse will lead us to the realization of our dreams. Imagination, in this context, acts as the compass that directs our faith. It is through imagination that we chart the course of our desires, envisioning the landscapes of possibility and mapping out the contours of our aspirations. Imagination provides the vivid imagery, the sensory details, and the emotional resonance that bring our visions to life. It is the inner architect that designs the blueprint of our desired reality, imbuing it with form and substance. The relationship between faith and imagination can be likened to the relationship between the heart and the mind. Faith resides in the heart, the seat of our deepest convictions and emotions. It is the inner fire that fuels our passion and propels us forward. Imagination, on the other hand, dwells in the mind, the realm of thought and vision. It is the inner eye that perceives the infinite possibilities and molds them into coherent forms. When the heart and mind are aligned, when faith and imagination move in concert, they create a powerful force that shapes our reality. To harness this force, we must cultivate a practice of inner alignment, a deliberate and conscious effort to harmonize our faith and imagination. This practice begins with deep introspection, an exploration of our innermost beliefs and desires. We must identify the convictions that guide us, the assumptions that shape our thoughts, and the visions that inspire us. Through this process, we can discern the areas where our faith and imagination may be misaligned, where doubt or fear may be undermining our creative potential. Once we have achieved this inner clarity, we can begin to cultivate a practice of visualization, a deliberate and focused effort to bring our visions to life in the sanctuary of our mind. Visualization is not a mere mental exercise. It is a sacred ritual, a communion with the divine forces of creation. When we visualize, we engage all of our senses, immersing ourselves fully in the experience of our desired reality. We see it, feel it, taste it, and touch it as though it has already manifested. This vivid and immersive experience creates a powerful resonance, a vibrational alignment with our desired reality, which draws it into manifestation. In this practice, faith is the bedrock that supports us. It is the inner knowing that what we imagine is already real, that the images we hold in our imagination are not mere fantasies but precursors of our lived experience. Faith is the unshakable confidence that our desires are already fulfilled, that the universe conspires in our favor to bring our dreams to fruition. This confidence is not based on external evidence but on an inner certainty, a deep trust in the creative power of our own mind. As we cultivate this union of faith and imagination, we begin to see the world with new eyes. We recognize that our reality is not fixed or immutable but fluid and dynamic, shaped by the beliefs and visions we hold within. We understand that we are not passive bystanders in the theater of life but active participants, endowed with the power to shape our destiny. This realization is both liberating and empowering, for it places the keys to our future firmly in our hands. In the quiet moments of reflection, when the noise of the world fades away and we are left alone with our thoughts, let us remember the power of faith and imagination. Let us cultivate our inner vision with care and intention, knowing that what we imagine is already taking form in the unseen realms. Let us hold steadfast to our faith, trusting that our desires are already fulfilled, and let us use the power of our imagination to bring forth a reality that reflects the fullness of our creative potential. As we engage with the practice of visualization, we must also cultivate a state of emotional alignment with our desired reality. Emotions are the fuel of creation, the energetic force that propels our desires into manifestation. When we feel the emotions associated with our desired reality, we create a powerful magnetic field that attracts those experiences into our lives. This emotional alignment is the key to transforming our mental states and creating a reality that reflects our highest aspirations. In addition to mindfulness and visualization, the practice of affirmation is a powerful tool for transforming our mental states. Affirmations are positive, present-tense statements that reflect our desired reality, statements that we repeat with conviction and belief. When we affirm our desired reality, we reinforce the mental states that align with that reality, creating a vibrational resonance that draws it into manifestation. The practice of affirmation involves more than mere repetition of words. It requires a deep and sustained engagement with the truth of those words. We must feel the truth of our affirmations in every cell of our being, embracing them with unshakable faith and conviction. As we repeat our affirmations, we create neural pathways in the brain that reinforce our desired mental states, transforming our inner landscape and molding our reality. The transformation of our mental states is not an overnight process. It requires patience, persistence, and a deep commitment to personal growth. We must be willing to confront and transform the shadows within us, to release the limiting beliefs and negative emotions that have shaped our reality. This process of inner transformation is a journey of self-discovery, a path that leads us to the realization of our true potential. As we continue on this journey, let us remember that our mental states are the seeds from which our reality grows. Let us cultivate those states that align with our highest aspirations, and let us use the power of our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs to create a reality that reflects the fullness of our potential. For within each of us lies the power to mold our destiny, to create a world of beauty, meaning, and wonder. In the quiet moments of reflection, when the world fades away and we are left alone with our thoughts, let us remember the profound connection between our mental states and our reality. Let us cultivate mindfulness, intention, visualization, and affirmation, knowing that these practices are the keys to transforming our inner landscape and molding our outer world. And let us awaken to the realization that we are the creators of our own magnificent reality, the authors of our own destiny, and the architects of a world filled with beauty, meaning, and wonder. Overcoming limitations. In the vast and intricate theater of human experience, there exists a recurring theme, a persistent shadow that seeks to obscure the brilliance of our potential: limitation. These limitations, whether self-imposed or externally dictated, are the invisible chains that bind our aspirations, the silent walls that confine our dreams. To overcome these limitations is to transcend the ordinary bounds of existence, to awaken to the vast expanse of our own potential, and to dance with the infinite. The nature of limitation is multifaceted, intertwining with the realms of thought, emotion, and circumstance. It manifests as the whisper of doubt that questions our abilities, as the heavy cloak of fear that paralyzes our actions, and as the seemingly insurmountable obstacles that litter the path of our journey. Yet, within every limitation lies the seed of its own dissolution, the hidden key that unlocks the door to our freedom. To embark on the journey of overcoming limitations, we must first turn our gaze inward, to the fertile ground of our own mind and heart. It is here, in the sanctuary of our inner world, that the roots of limitation take hold, fed by the waters of past experiences, conditioned beliefs, and unexamined assumptions. By cultivating a practice of introspection, we can illuminate these hidden roots and bring them into the light of consciousness. Introspection is a sacred and transformative practice, a journey into the depths of our own being. It requires a willingness to confront the shadows within us, to explore the contours of our fears and doubts, and to embrace the full spectrum of our inner experience. Through this process, we can uncover the limiting beliefs that have shaped our reality and begin to transform them with the power of our conscious intention. Consider for a moment the belief in our own inadequacy, an insidious limitation that can stifle the brightest potential. This belief, often rooted in early experiences of criticism or failure, casts a long shadow over our endeavors, whispering that we are not enough, that our attempts will inevitably fall short. To overcome this limitation, we must first recognize it for what it is, a belief, not a truth. We must challenge its validity, examining the evidence of our experiences and acknowledging the many instances in which we have demonstrated our capabilities. In the process of challenging and transforming limiting beliefs, the power of imagination again becomes our greatest ally. By engaging our imagination, we can visualize a new reality in which our limitations have been transcended and our potential fully realized. This visionary process involves creating vivid mental images of our desired state, seeing ourselves as capable, confident, and successful. Through repeated visualization, we can reprogram our subconscious mind, replacing old, limiting beliefs with new, empowering ones. The journey of overcoming limitations is not a solitary endeavor. It is also a relational journey. Our interactions with others can either reinforce our limitations or help us transcend them. By seeking out relationships and communities that support our growth, we can create a network of encouragement and inspiration. In these supportive environments, we can share our challenges and successes, learning from the experiences of others and finding strength in collective wisdom. Furthermore, the practice of affirmations can be a powerful tool in the process of overcoming limitations. Affirmations are positive, present-tense statements that reflect our desired reality. By repeating these affirmations with conviction and belief, we can reinforce new beliefs and create a vibrational alignment with our desired outcomes. For example, an affirmation such as, "I am capable and confident in all that I do," can counteract the belief in inadequacy, instilling a sense of self-assurance and possibility. As we continue on this journey, we must also cultivate a practice of resilience, the inner strength to persevere in the face of challenges and setbacks. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, to maintain a sense of hope and determination even when the path is difficult. It is the understanding that limitations are not insurmountable barriers but opportunities for growth and learning. By adopting a resilient mindset, we can navigate the twists and turns of our journey with grace and fortitude, transforming obstacles into stepping stones towards our highest potential. The process of overcoming limitations is also deeply connected to the practice of self-compassion. Self-compassion is the practice of treating ourselves with kindness and understanding, especially in moments of struggle or failure. It involves recognizing our common humanity, accepting that we are not alone in our challenges, and offering ourselves the same compassion that we would extend to a dear friend. By practicing self-compassion, we create a supportive inner environment that fosters growth and healing, allowing us to overcome our limitations with greater ease and grace. In the quiet moments of reflection, when the world fades away and we are left alone with our thoughts, let us remember the profound truth that within every limitation lies the seed of its own transcendence. Let us embrace the power of introspection, imagination, affirmation, resilience, and self-compassion, knowing that these practices are the keys to unlocking our boundless potential. As we illuminate the shadows of our limitations, we awaken to the radiant light of our true selves, the limitless beings we are meant to be. As we continue on this journey of exploration and transformation, may we find inspiration and empowerment in the process of overcoming limitations. May our hearts be filled with courage and our minds with clarity, and may we awaken to the realization that we are the creators of our own magnificent reality, the authors of our own destiny, and the architects of a world filled with beauty, meaning, and wonder. Let us embrace the journey of overcoming limitations with an open heart and a resolute spirit, and let us use the power of our inner light to illuminate the path towards our highest potential. The power of inner speech. In the silent chambers of the mind, there exists a dialogue that shapes the very essence of our being. This dialogue, often overlooked and underestimated, is the continuous flow of inner speech that guides our thoughts, influences our emotions, and ultimately molds our reality. The power of inner speech is profound, for it is the invisible thread that weaves the tapestry of our lives, the silent architect of our destiny. Inner speech, the constant stream of words and phrases that flows through our consciousness, is more than mere mental chatter. It is the voice of our inner world, the expression of our deepest beliefs, desires, and fears. This inner dialogue is the lens through which we interpret our experiences, the narrative that shapes our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. It is through inner speech that we construct our identity, form our attitudes, and direct our actions. To understand the power of inner speech, we must first recognize its dual nature. Inner speech can be both a benevolent guide and a relentless critic, a source of inspiration and a wellspring of doubt. The words we say to ourselves can either lift us to the heights of our potential or plunge us into the depths of despair. They can affirm our worth and capability, or they can undermine our confidence and self-esteem. The choice of words, the tone of our inner voice, and the beliefs that underlie our inner dialogue all play a crucial role in shaping our reality. Consider the impact of positive inner speech, the kind and encouraging words we say to ourselves. When our inner dialogue is imbued with positivity, it acts as a source of strength and motivation, propelling us forward with a sense of purpose and determination. Positive inner speech reinforces our belief in our own abilities, instilling a sense of confidence and resilience that allows us to navigate life's challenges with grace and fortitude. It is the voice of self-compassion, the inner cheerleader that celebrates our successes and supports us through our struggles. Conversely, negative inner speech can be a formidable barrier to our growth and well-being. When our inner dialogue is filled with criticism, doubt, and negativity, it erodes our self-esteem and depletes our motivation. Negative inner speech reinforces limiting beliefs, perpetuating a cycle of self-sabotage and despair. It is the voice of judgment, the inner critic that magnifies our flaws and minimizes our strengths, creating a distorted and debilitating view of ourselves. The power of inner speech lies in its ability to shape our beliefs and, consequently, our reality. Our beliefs are the foundation upon which our thoughts, emotions, and actions are built. They are the filters through which we perceive the world, the lenses that color our experience. When our inner speech is positive and affirming, it reinforces empowering beliefs, creating a reality that reflects our highest aspirations. When our inner speech is negative and critical, it reinforces limiting beliefs, leading to a reality that mirrors our deepest fears. To harness the power of inner speech, we must cultivate a practice of mindful awareness and self-awareness. We must tune into the flow of our inner dialogue, observing the words and phrases that shape our thoughts and emotions. This practice of awareness allows us to recognize patterns in our inner speech, to identify the beliefs that underlie our dialogue, and to discern the impact of our inner words on our reality. Revision and forgiveness. In the serene and sacred sanctuary of the mind, there exists a practice so profound, so transformative, that it holds the key to rewriting the script of our lives. This practice, known as revision, coupled with the divine act of forgiveness, allows us to transcend the burdens of the past and step into the fullness of our potential. It is a journey into the heart of our own consciousness, a pilgrimage of healing and renewal that invites us to reimagine our experiences and embrace the liberating power of grace. Revision, in its essence, is the art of recreating our past experiences through the lens of a higher understanding. It is a deliberate and conscious process by which we revisit the events of our lives, not as passive observers, but as active participants in the narrative of our existence. Through revision, we transform our memories, imbuing them with new meaning, and thereby altering the trajectory of our future. This alchemical process is not an exercise in denial or avoidance, but a profound act of creation, recognizing the power of our imagination to reshape reality. To engage in the practice of revision, we must first cultivate a state of deep inner stillness, a quiet space within us where the currents of thought and emotion can settle into clarity. In this state of serene awareness, we can gently bring to mind the events of our past that weigh upon our hearts, the moments of pain, regret, or disappointment that linger in the shadows of our consciousness. With compassionate attention, we observe these memories, allowing them to surface without judgment or resistance. As we hold these memories in our awareness, we begin the process of reimagining, using the power of our imagination to transform the narrative. We see the event unfold in a new light, one that reflects our higher understanding and our deeper truth. We rewrite the script, imbuing it with the qualities of love, wisdom, and compassion. We visualize the outcome we desire, the resolution that brings peace and healing. Through this imaginative act, we shift the vibrational imprint of the memory, creating a new pattern of thought and emotion that aligns with our higher self. Forgiveness, the twin flame of revision, is the act of releasing the burdens of resentment and judgment, both towards ourselves and towards others. It is an act of profound liberation, a letting go of the chains that bind us to the past and prevent us from moving forward with grace and freedom. Forgiveness is not a condoning of harm or a dismissal of pain, but a recognition that holding on to bitterness and anger only perpetuates our suffering. It is an acknowledgement of our shared humanity, our collective journey of growth and learning. To forgive is to open our hearts to the possibility of healing, to embrace the imperfections of ourselves and others with compassion and understanding. It is to recognize that we are all, at our core, divine beings navigating the complexities of human experience. Forgiveness allows us to see beyond the surface of actions and behaviors, to the deeper truth of our interconnectedness and shared divinity. It is an act of grace that frees us from the shackles of the past and opens the door to a future filled with possibility. The practice of revision and forgiveness is a sacred dance, a harmonious interplay between the reimagining of our past and the letting go of our burdens. It is a journey that requires patience, courage, and a deep commitment to our own healing and growth. As we engage in this practice, we cultivate a sense of inner peace and resilience, a foundation of love and compassion that supports us in all areas of our lives. Living in the end also requires a deep and abiding trust in the process of creation. We must release the need to control the unfolding of events, surrendering to the wisdom of the universe, which orchestrates the intricate dance of manifestation. This surrender is not an act of passivity but a dynamic engagement with the flow of life, a partnership with the divine forces that shape our reality. By trusting in the process, we allow our vision to unfold with grace and ease, free from the limitations of doubt and fear. The power of living in the end lies in its ability to transform our inner state of being, creating a ripple effect that touches every aspect of our lives. As we embody the feeling of the wish fulfilled, we radiate a vibrational frequency that attracts corresponding experiences and opportunities. This magnetic resonance draws to us the people, resources, and circumstances that align with our vision, weaving a web of synchronicities that bring our desired reality into existence. Furthermore, living in the end fosters a sense of inner peace and contentment, regardless of external conditions. When we dwell in the state of our desired outcome, we experience the joy and satisfaction of its realization in the present moment. This inner fullness is the true essence of manifestation, a recognition that the source of our happiness lies not in the attainment of external goals, but in the realization of our inner vision. By living in the end, we transcend the cycle of wanting and striving, embracing the timeless truth that we are already whole and complete. In the quiet moments of reflection, when the world fades away and we are left alone with our thoughts, let us remember the profound power of living in the end. Let us cultivate a vision so vivid and compelling that it becomes our inner reality, guiding our thoughts, emotions, and actions towards its manifestation. Let us embrace the practice of imaginative inhabitation, dwelling in the state of our desired outcome with unshakable faith and conviction. As we continue on this journey of exploration and transformation, may we find inspiration and empowerment in the practice of living in the end. May our visions be bold and our hearts unyielding, and may we awaken to the realization that we are the creators of our own magnificent reality, the authors of our own destiny, and the architects of a world filled with beauty, meaning, and wonder. Let us embrace the journey of living in the end with an open heart and a resolute spirit, and let us use the power of our inner light to illuminate the path towards our highest potential. Imagination and relationships. In the delicate and intricate dance of human relationships, imagination plays a role of profound significance. It is the unseen force that shapes our perceptions, colors our interactions, and weaves the threads of connection between souls. To comprehend the power of imagination in relationships is to uncover a hidden dimension of our interactions, a realm where the boundaries between self and other dissolve, and the essence of true connection is revealed. Imagination, in the context of relationships, is the faculty that allows us to visualize the unseen depths of another person's being, to perceive their inner world with clarity and compassion. It is the bridge that spans the chasm of separation, enabling us to connect on a level that transcends the superficial and touches the profound. Through imagination, we can cultivate empathy, understanding, and a deep sense of shared humanity. Consider for a moment the act of truly listening to another person. When we listen with the ear of imagination, we do more than merely hear the words they utter. We tune into the unspoken emotions and thoughts that lie beneath the surface. We visualize their inner landscape, feeling the contours of their joys and sorrows, their hopes and fears. This imaginative listening fosters a sense of intimacy and connection, creating a space where the other feels seen, heard, and understood. Imagination also allows us to glimpse the potential within our relationships, to see beyond the present moment and to glimpse the future possibilities. In the realm of imagination, we can dream of the harmonious and fulfilling connections we desire, creating a mental image that guides our actions and intentions. By holding this vision in our minds, we align our behavior with our highest aspirations, cultivating relationships that reflect the love, respect, and mutual support we seek. The power of imagination in relationships is perhaps most evident in the realm of romantic love. When we fall in love, we activate our imagination to visualize a shared future, a tapestry of moments woven together by affection and desire. This imaginative vision imbues our interactions with a sense of possibility and excitement, creating a magnetic resonance that draws us closer to our beloved. It is through imagination that we create the narrative of our love story, a story that shapes our experiences and deepens our bond. However, imagination in relationships is not limited to the realm of romance. It extends to all forms of human connection. In friendships, imagination allows us to appreciate the unique qualities of our friends, celebrating their strengths and supporting them in their challenges. It empowers us to visualize their growth and potential, encouraging them to reach for their dreams and aspirations. Through imagination, we become advocates for each other's journeys, fostering a sense of camaraderie and mutual empowerment. In family relationships, imagination plays a crucial role in understanding and bridging generational gaps. It allows us to step into the shoes of our parents, siblings, and children, perceiving their experiences and perspectives with empathy and compassion. By visualizing their inner worlds, we can navigate conflicts with greater wisdom and create bonds rooted in mutual respect and understanding. The practice of imagination in relationships requires a deliberate and conscious effort. It begins with the cultivation of empathy, the ability to feel with another person and to understand their emotional experience. Empathy is the foundation of imaginative connection, the thread that weaves our hearts together in a tapestry of shared feelings. By practicing empathy, we open ourselves to the richness of human experience, embracing the joys and sorrows of others as our own. Imagination also requires the cultivation of presence, the ability to be fully engaged in the moment with another person. When we are present, we create a space of safety and trust, where the other feels free to reveal their true self. This presence is a gift of attention, an acknowledgement of the inherent worth and dignity of the other. By being present, we honor the sacredness of the relationship, creating a foundation of trust and authenticity. Furthermore, imagination in relationships involves the practice of forgiveness, the willingness to release judgments and embrace compassion. In the dance of human connection, misunderstandings and conflicts are inevitable. Through the lens of imagination, we can see beyond the surface of these conflicts, understanding the underlying needs and emotions that drive behavior. Forgiveness allows us to move past grievances and to embrace a higher vision of the relationship, one rooted in love and mutual respect. To harness the power of imagination in relationships, we must also engage in the practice of visualization. By creating vivid mental images of our desired interactions and outcomes, we align our inner state with our highest aspirations. Visualization allows us to rehearse positive interactions, imagining the qualities of communication, affection, and support we wish to cultivate. This practice creates a resonance that draws these qualities into our relationships, transforming our vision into reality. In the quiet moments of reflection, when the world fades and we are left alone with our thoughts, let us remember the profound power of imagination in our relationships. Let us cultivate a vision of connection that reflects our highest values and aspirations, and let us use the power of our imagination to create relationships rich in meaning, beauty, and mutual support. As we continue on this journey of exploration and transformation, may we find inspiration and empowerment in the practice of imagination in our relationships. May our hearts be open and our minds clear, and may we awaken to the realization that we are the creators of our own magnificent reality, the authors of our own destiny, and the architects of a world filled with beauty, meaning, and wonder. Let us embrace the journey of imagination in our relationships with an open heart and a resolute spirit, and let us use the power of our inner light to illuminate the path towards our highest potential. Health and well-being. In the grand tapestry of life, health and well-being are the golden threads that run through every aspect of our existence, illuminating our days with vitality and purpose. To understand and cultivate these essential aspects is to embrace the fullness of our human experience, to honor the sacred temple of our bodies, and to nurture the vibrant essence of our spirits. Imagination, often relegated to the realm of the abstract and ethereal, plays a crucial role in this endeavor, for it is through the creative power of our minds that we mold the contours of our physical and emotional well-being. The connection between imagination and health is profound and multifaceted, reaching into the deepest recesses of our being. Our thoughts, beliefs, and mental imagery have a direct impact on our physiological state, influencing everything from our immune response to our emotional resilience. The mind and body are not separate entities but interconnected aspects of a unified whole, each reflecting and influencing the other in a dynamic interplay of energy and intention. Consider for a moment the practice of visualization in the realm of health. When we use our imagination to visualize a state of radiant well-being, we activate the body's innate healing mechanisms, creating a resonance that promotes physical and emotional balance. Visualization is not merely a passive mental exercise, but a powerful act of creation that harnesses the mind's ability to influence the body's processes. By vividly imagining a state of perfect health, we send a clear and compelling message to every cell, organ, and system, aligning our entire being with the frequency of well-being. This practice of health visualization can be likened to a symphony, where every element of our being plays its part in harmony. The mind, as the conductor, directs the flow of energy and intention, orchestrating a state of coherence that permeates the physical body. As we visualize, we see ourselves moving with ease and grace, breathing deeply and freely, feeling the warmth and vitality coursing through our veins. We hear the steady rhythm of our heart, the gentle flow of our breath, and the vibrant hum of life within us. This sensory experience creates a powerful imprint on our subconscious mind, reinforcing the reality of our well-being and facilitating the body's natural healing processes. Imagination also plays a crucial role in the realm of emotional well-being. Our mental imagery and inner dialogue shape our emotional landscape, influencing our moods, attitudes, and overall sense of happiness. By cultivating a positive and uplifting inner vision, we can create an emotional state that supports our well-being and enhances our quality of life. This involves more than simply thinking happy thoughts. It requires a deliberate and sustained effort to reframe our perceptions, to focus on the beauty and possibility around us, and to nurture a mindset of gratitude and joy. Furthermore, imagination empowers us to navigate the challenges and obstacles that inevitably arise on our professional path. It allows us to approach problems with a creative mindset, imagining innovative solutions and alternative approaches. When faced with setbacks or uncertainties, we can use our imagination to explore new possibilities, to see beyond immediate limitations, and to chart a course that brings us closer to our goals. This creative problem-solving is a hallmark of successful individuals, enabling them to adapt, persevere, and thrive in the ever-changing landscape of the professional world. Imagination also plays a crucial role in cultivating resilience and perseverance in our careers. By imagining the end result of our efforts, we can maintain a sense of motivation and purpose, even in the face of adversity. This future-oriented perspective keeps our focus on the ultimate goal, providing the inner strength and determination needed to overcome temporary setbacks. As we imagine our future success, we reinforce our commitment to the journey, knowing that every step, however challenging, brings us closer to the realization of our dreams. Moreover, imagination is instrumental in the process of self-discovery and personal growth within our careers. It allows us to explore our unique talents, interests, and passions, imagining the unique contributions we can make in our field. Through the lens of imagination, we can see ourselves excelling in roles that resonate with our true selves, aligning our professional endeavors with our deepest values and aspirations. This alignment creates a sense of harmony and fulfillment, transforming our work from a mere occupation into a meaningful calling. The power of imagination in our careers is also evident in the practice of goal setting and strategic planning. By engaging our imagination to visualize our long-term objectives, we can create a clear and compelling vision that guides our actions and decisions. This visionary approach enables us to set specific, measurable, and achievable goals, breaking down our larger aspirations into manageable steps. As we work towards these goals, we can continually refine and adjust our strategies, ensuring that we remain aligned with our ultimate vision. In addition to individual imagination, the collective imagination of teams and organizations plays a vital role in shaping professional success. Collaborative imagination fosters innovation, creativity, and a shared sense of purpose, enabling groups to achieve remarkable outcomes. By cultivating a culture of imagination in our workplaces, we can encourage open-mindedness, experimentation, and the free exchange of ideas, creating an environment where creativity flourishes and collective goals are achieved. As we continue this journey of professional exploration and growth, let us remember the profound power of imagination in shaping our careers. Let us embrace the practice of visualization, seeing ourselves in roles that reflect our highest potential. Let us approach challenges with a creative mindset, imagining solutions and opportunities that align with our goals. And let us cultivate a sense of resilience and perseverance, knowing that every step on our path brings us closer to the realization of our professional dreams. In the quiet moments of reflection, when the world fades and we are left alone with our thoughts, let us remember the boundless possibilities that imagination offers. Let us visualize a career rich in purpose, fulfillment, and success, feeling the emotions and experiencing the rewards of our accomplishments. Let us embrace the practices that support our professional growth, nurturing our talents and aligning our actions with our highest aspirations. May we find inspiration and empowerment in the practice of imagination for our careers. May our visions be bold and our hearts unyielding, and may we awaken to the realization that we are the creators of our own magnificent reality, the authors of our own destiny, and the architects of a professional life filled with beauty, meaning, and wonder. Let us embrace the journey of imagination in our careers with an open heart and a resolute spirit, and let us use the power of our inner light to illuminate the path towards our highest potential. Advanced practices and exercises. In the pursuit of mastery over the realms of imagination and manifestation, there exists a realm of advanced practices and exercises that transcend the ordinary bounds of consciousness, delving into the deeper mysteries of mind and spirit. These practices, imbued with ancient wisdom and refined by modern understanding, offer a pathway to profound transformation and enlightenment. To engage in these exercises is to embark on a journey of self-discovery, unlocking the latent potential within us and tapping into the creative power that resides at the core of our being. One such advanced practice is the art of lucid dreaming, a state in which the dreamer becomes aware that they are dreaming and can consciously influence the content of the dream. Lucid dreaming offers a unique opportunity to explore the depths of the subconscious mind, to interact with symbolic representations of our deepest thoughts and desires, and to practice the principles of imagination and manifestation in a vivid and immersive environment. To cultivate the ability to lucid dream, one must develop a heightened sense of awareness and intention in both waking life and the dream state. Begin by keeping a dream journal, recording your dreams each morning in as much detail as possible. This practice enhances your dream recall and fosters a deeper connection with your dream world. Throughout the day, perform reality checks, simple actions such as looking at your hands, reading text, or questioning whether you are dreaming. These checks will become a habit and will eventually manifest in your dreams, triggering lucidity. Once lucid, use your imagination to shape the dreamscape, exploring your desires, fears, and aspirations in a safe and malleable environment. The future, with all its uncertainties and possibilities, invites us to step boldly into the unknown, guided by the light of our inner vision. It calls us to dream bigger dreams, to set higher aspirations, and to embrace the full spectrum of our creative capabilities. In this spirit of courageous exploration, let us consider the directions in which our journey might unfold. One path forward lies in the deepening of our self-awareness and self-mastery. The practices we have explored are tools for cultivating a greater understanding of ourselves, for clearing away the layers of conditioning, and for revealing the true essence of our being. By continuing to engage in introspection and mindfulness, we deepen our connection to our inner wisdom and intuition, enabling us to navigate the complexities of life with greater clarity and grace. Another direction involves the expansion of our creative expression. Imagination is not limited to the mind alone. It seeks to express itself in the world through art, music, writing, innovation, and every form of human endeavor. By nurturing our creative gifts and sharing them with the world, we contribute to the collective tapestry of human experience, enriching the lives of others and adding our unique voice to the symphony of existence. The journey of imagination also invites us to explore the realms of collective creation. As individuals, we possess immense creative power, but when we join forces with others, our potential multiplies exponentially. Collaborative imagination fosters innovation, synergy, and a shared sense of purpose, enabling groups to address the grand challenges of our time and to envision a future that reflects our highest ideals. By building communities of like-minded individuals, we can create environments that support and amplify our creative endeavors. Furthermore, the future calls us to cultivate a deeper relationship with the natural world. Imagination, at its highest expression, recognizes the interconnectedness of all life and seeks to live in harmony with the rhythms of nature. By attuning ourselves to the wisdom of the earth and embracing sustainable practices, we honor our role as stewards of the planet, creating a legacy of abundance and beauty for future generations. In the quiet moments of reflection, when the world fades and we are left alone with our thoughts, let us remember the journey we have undertaken and the wisdom we have gained. Let us hold fast to the vision of our highest potential, knowing that within us resides the power to create a life of limitless possibilities. As we step forward into the future, may we do so with a heart full of courage, a mind open to new horizons, and a spirit guided by the light of our imagination. May we find inspiration in the infinite possibilities that lie before us, and may we embrace the journey of creation with an unshakable commitment to our highest aspirations. Let us use the power of our imagination to dream boldly, to act with intention, and to manifest a reality that reflects the fullness of our divine potential. For in the sacred dance of creation, we are both the dancers and the dance, the creators and the created, weaving the tapestry of our lives with the threads of our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. As we conclude this exploration, let us carry forward the wisdom of the ages and the insights of our own experience. Let us remember that the journey of imagination is a lifelong endeavor, a continuous unfolding of our highest potential, and let us awaken each day with a sense of wonder and possibility, ready to embrace the future with an open heart and a resolute spirit. In the end, the power of imagination is not just a tool for personal transformation, but a gateway to a deeper understanding of our place in the cosmos. It is a reminder that we are co-creators with the divine, participants in the grand symphony of existence. By honoring this power and using it with intention and integrity, we can create a life of profound meaning, joy, and fulfillment. Let us step boldly into the future, guided by the light of our imagination, and let us create a world that reflects the highest ideals of our spirit and the deepest truths of our being. For within each of us lies the power to transcend any limitation, to create a life of limitless possibilities, and to manifest a reality that reflects the fullness of our divine potential. Let us embrace this journey with an open heart and a resolute spirit, knowing that the best is yet to come.